Welcome back to another Washington Wizards franchise video. As today we're going to be taking on the defending champs, the Golden State Warriors, here at home in whatever our arena is called that I can't remember. You're going to see here, we're going to start off this video showing off the Warriors. You see they still got their big three slash big five there. Curry's still leading the way, having another beast year. Like, he continues to get better and better. I don't understand how. Klay Thompson and all the other guys here, you'll see. What Before we start this game, I'm actually going to take a look at the draft class and see the top 8, 9, maybe 10 people of the draft class here. If you guys don't know, I did take these guys over. I had a little franchise or year with the NCAA 09 game on the Xbox, and I recreated some of the players from that, and this is what we got. Starting off with the projected number 1 overall pick, and that would be small forward Bobby Stanley. Now, he's good on offense. He is good on defense. He's probably the best player to pick in this. They say Adrian Dantley and Jamal Wilkins. I feel like there's a little better name here. I don't think he's going to be much of a shooter, but I definitely could see him being like a Dominique Wilkins, where he has a 3, but he doesn't use it too much. And the floor, having the starter as the floor seems great. He's the consensus number 1 in this draft. And most consensus number 2 is Victor Cross, the big defensive North Carolina center. And I say big as in he's 6'9", he's actually undersized. But he is physical, he is great. He can do everything besides shoot the ball, of course. He was a good option here. He's the consensus number 2 or number 1, depending on where Bobby Stanley goes. But either way, they're the 1-2 in this. You can see he's averaging 17 and 15 right now, with almost 6 blocks a game. He was having a great year. And that's basically what he ran when I simulated too. Like, he was having a fucking phenomenal year. He does actually have a little bit of a 3 that I guess I missed. Here's the consensus number 1 point guard, and it is Breeze Tenezio Jr. How convenient, my son. He is a shorter guy, which makes it a little rough, but his worst attribute on offense is shooting the ball, and he is just a good defender. He's good through finishing. He's a great playmaker. He's, again, on the smaller side, but he's averaging 24-9, 4 steals a game on 35% shooting from 3, which isn't horrible. Again, he isn't the best scorer, but he makes up with it on defense and his playmaking. And with a little bit of development, he'll be able to finish and be that scorer. While here is Leander Leslie, who's basically almost the complete opposite of Breeze Denizio. He's a point guard, 6'1", still a little smaller, who can shoot the lights out and score. He can still pass. The only thing is, he just really can't finish at the rim, and he's not the greatest defender. Shooting 500 on the year, or 50% from 3. Again, lights out shooter, great playmaker. He's a great teammate that you want out of Alabama. He's probably the only other guy I could see getting picked at point guard ahead of Breeze. Now we got James Padgett here, another power forward center who I think is probably the best. I won't say best all-around guy, but definitely the best, as in he could probably fit in his role. Does he have a little bit of 3? I don't know. I don't honestly remember, but he has strength. He definitely could easily be like a Luka type player if he could shoot the ball, and he's shooting 37% from 3, which is pretty nice. So I definitely think he could be a Luka type player if he gets his playmaking up. I think he could be a top player. Now, Bob Parker in the NCAA series actually ended up winning the player of the year award thing. He was projected 15th. He ended up jumping to number 6 here because of that year that he had in Oklahoma, and he's about just a slightly taller, slightly better offensive version of Victor Cross. Just Victor Cross has a great defensive ability. And you see Bob Parker, he's not consensus number 1, but he's anywhere between 2 and 6 as his projections. He's probably going to be the top option or the first or second option at center. He's going to be a starter for most teams. He just needs a little bit of development, and he will be great. As you can see, he's one of the best post-scoring prospects, which is very big. because not many big men now can really score like he can, and the only problem is he's not that great of a defender. Then we jump over to Ray Zala, 6'9" center who is not. He is really more of just a lob threat defender, and I think those comparisons right there are perfect. Tiago Splitter as the floor, Rudy Gobert as the ceiling. He's not going to be able to shoot the lights out, but he will be a beast down low. So, Hartford center here, Reza. He is again undersized. Most of these centers early on are undersized. Most of the bigger centers are towards the tail end of the draft. But he's gonna be able to be someone that is maybe a pick and roll, amazing pick and roll guy. Like you said, or like it says there, Rudy Gobert as the floor or as the ceiling. I definitely think he could be exactly what Rudy Gobert is. But I think the floor is a little bit lower. I mean, Tiago Splitter is a good player and all, but I don't think his floor is a starter. I think his floor really is tail end of the bench. He's a high risk, high reward type player. And he's averaging a nice double double with 3 blocks right now. Then we jump over to Jack Gardner. He is another point guard there. He had a good he's a great offensive player. The only thing is he is not a defender whatsoever. You can see he had 25, 9, and 3 rebounds here at his high point game. But he is not a defender at all. He's a great scorer. He's a great playmaker. He can kind of guard some of the mid-tier point guards, but he's not out there going to be guarding Steph Curry or Kyrie Irving or anything like that. I feel like he'd even struggle guarding people like Fred VanVleet, and I can't really think of others. Definitely think the floor and ceiling are good, but he has to develop on defense to be a true starter, in my opinion. And the last one we'll look at is Ray Shepard, the sharpshooter there out of Houston. He's just he's not the greatest guy, but he's all around solid. He has the scoring ability, he has the solid playmaking, he has the solid defense. The only thing that's amazing about him is the shooting. But other than that, he's just like an all-around solid player. So those are the top 10, 9, 10 people projected in this draft. You can see here, this is the mock draft that I went through. Victor Cross is actually mocked to go number 1 right now. I definitely think Bobby Stanley's definitely the better of the two. So maybe throughout the year it'll change. We actually don't have a first round pick as of right now. Maybe we'll try to trade for one at the deadline. But as of right now, we don't have one. But you know what? Any of these guys could definitely be good. And I think next year, though, if we get some capital and we miss out on one of these guys, I think we need to get a big name either in the offseason or next year through the draft. Now going on to take on the Warriors here, as we are 19 and 24 here at the Capital One Arena. Warriors 18 and 25 having a rough start after, as I was saying before the headset died, after their championship winning year. You'll see the starting 5 there. You'll actually see Steph's stats for the last 5 games or the last 30 days or something like that. And he's been improving in the last month, which is scary. And then you'll cut over here and see Klay Thompson's stats. 21 points on 45% field goal. It's the Splash Bros. It's nothing else you could say. Starting 5 for the Warriors are Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney. As for us, it's Monte Morris, Bradley Beal, Denny Adviha, Rui Hachimura, and Kristaps Porzingis as the 5. Beal and Thompson both averaging 20 to 25 a game. As in the middle is Looney and Porzingis, and we are off as Looney wins the tip. And it is Warriors to start for the ball. First play, Curry dribbles to the right. He'll end up getting the screen from Looney. He dribbles around, kicks out Thompson, wide open for 3. Somehow misses, but put back by Looney. Makes it a 2-0 game. But apparently now we have 3. I don't know. I guess I must have missed the first point of the game. It was Bradley Beal 3, though. And then Porzingis He'll get on the board early as now he hits a three, so it's early on 6-2 Wizards. Here Bradley Beal and Porzingis running a pick and roll. And Beal hits his midi now to get 5. 8-2 here Wizards. On the other end now 8-4. They will hand it off. Monte Morris running the signature Bradley Beal play, and he'll end up getting a midi here for his first bucket of the game. Now dribbling up is Stephen Curry here, as he's obviously you'll see early on here, they're 1 for 7. They're going to make it 2 for 8 as Curry makes the layup over Porzingis. But they were having a rough start to the game, shooting-wise, and we were actually doing really well. There's Draymond Green throwing elbows down there like he's cash nasty. It's now 10-8. Dennis Avia tries to drive in, gets Porzingis wide open for 3. He's going to have his 6th point of the day there. And you can see he averages 21 at home, and he's a solid player so far. He's been playing at an all-star caliber, or as an all-star. I don't think he'll end up winning or getting on one. There's Steph Curry for 3 though. Maybe I should just stop stuttering and announce the game here. Gafford inside, throwing it down off the pick and roll pass from Talon Wright as the backups enter the game for both teams. Now 17-11. That was a whole minute after that the score just stays the same. Poole will find DiVincenzo, who moves up, drives all the way in, finds Andrew Wiggins, and Wiggins will dribble in, almost lose the ball, and then somehow get the layup off, miss it. But right there, it is JaMychal Green putting it back up, and now it is a 4-point game again. DeLon Wright on offense now. He drives inside. Porzingis left open. He ends up not staying open. I'm not really sure. Will Barton gets inside. Tough layup over Jordan Poole to make it a 6-point game again here with 3:30 remaining. And here's, of course, the greatest nickname of all time, the Cum Bucket, getting inside. 19-15 here. Wiggins back 3. He makes it a 1-point game, and the Wizards call a timeout here. 19-18 with 2:39 as the Cum Bucket and company. It's probably going to be all game, I call him that. First shot of the day here for Corey Kispert. It's a fading 3 that falls out of the timeout. He'll end up getting another opportunity here. Step back, brick, and he just times it perfectly. I don't know who Corey Kispert thought he was here early on, but he got a quick 5 points off the bench. Then here, pick and roll, Barton finds Corey Kispert. He just spots up and lights out. He ended up with 8 quick points off the bench. It's now a 9-point game here with 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter. DiVincenzo gave it up to, I think that's Andrew Wiggins, who gives it up inside to the Cum Bucket, who gets it up and in, keeping it a 7-point game. Now it's Will Barton here, dribbling it up here. I'm trying to think of what happens here. Gets a pick, and wide open is Kispert again. 11 quick points for Corey Kispert. At final seconds of the first quarter, Gafford gets it off just in time to extend the lead from 32-23 at the end of the first for the Washington Wizards. Great performance here so far against the defending champs. We now start the second quarter here. It's Hachimura finding Johnny Davis in the corner, and he hits the 3. His first 3 of the day for the young point guard. It's now 35-23. Hachimura now working on DiVincenzo. Gets a nice move inside. Easy layup for his first bucket of the game. It's now a 15-point game. Or is that a 14-point game? That's 14. Well, now it's 16. It doesn't matter. Bradley Beal hits the mid-range. He has 7 on the day. Now, again, Beal gets the pick from Gafford. Sidesteps. Of course, it's Corey Kispert. 14 points, and Kispert's our leading scorer right now. 42-23, the Warriors are down 19. Curry gets inside. He was struggling from 3, but he gets them 2 to fall, and he's still averaging 28, just in case you missed it the first 3 times they showed it this game. Now Porzingis kicks it over to Bradley Beal, gets the screen there on DiVincenzo. Beal hits the fading midi. Draymond thought about helping, but didn't. Bradley Beal now has 9. Somehow only has 3 points from mid-range, which doesn't really make sense. Hachimura fires it to Beal, who fires it to Porzingis, who shoots the contested 3 and gets it in. Now it's a 20-point game. And Porzingis in the post here. I think that's Looney on him. I'm not sure. Goes to the post fade and greens it now. Porzingis getting 13 on the night. A guy who averages 20. It is a 22-point game. Steph Curry step back three. He finally gets it to fall, bringing it back to a whopping 19-point game. On the other end, Bradley Beal slowly brings it up here, and he drives inside. He looks, spin jumper from the top of the key. What a shot. Bradley Beal. Easy bucket as a timeout is called by the Wizards here. Now to Dennis Advia, or not Dennis, Denny Advia, working on Klay Thompson. Somehow gets it to fall for his first bucket of the day. I like Advia isn't used too often. Draymond Green finds DiVincenzo. He drains the three to make it a 20-point game, but it's basically a blowout here so far. Washington was hitting everything. Monte Morris fading three, hits it. Curry on the other end, step back in Morris's mouth. He hits it, trying to answer back, trying to start a comeback, but it's not working out because Washington keeps finding ways to score right back. Here's Will Barton, or he goes inside to Daniel Gafford, who throws it down over to Michael Green. Just every time they tried to make it a comeback here, the Wizards found a way. Here's a steal from DeLon Wright. It's now Will Barton going inside. Foul here from the cum bucket on Denny Avia, would end up hitting both. As you can see here, Josh Green, top 5 right now in steals per game as a small forward. Just thought that was a cool little graphic to show. Then you can see DeLon Wright just left wide open for 3. 22-point game here. This basically was what the game was all day today. See Jordan Poole now bringing it up. He finds come bucket and one. He was like the only one playing right now for the Warriors, and the rest of the team just did not care enough to try to help him out. Gafford, this man's just trying to stay a meme on my channel. He hits the side of the backboard, gets the ball back, and then just dumps it inside, and Wright will give him an assist. But come on, Gafford, what was that? 3 seconds left. Again, Gafford gets stuck in a horrible mid-range shot. I don't know why we keep giving him those. 22-point lead, 67-45 here on Martin Luther King Day. You can see Corey Kispert was our key player of the half as Steph Curry was there. He has 15. He wasn't really scoring much from 3, but he was scoring inside a good bit. First bucket of halftime, it is Bradley Beal who says, no, it's over, basically calling the game there, and he decides to hit the exact same shot with Curry even guarding him. He's just one demon. He's 7 for 8 at this point. He had a plus minus of 19, positive 19, or plus 19. Klay Thompson gets a corner 3 and he gets it to fall here, but it's 71-48 at this point. It did not matter. On the other end, Thompson hits it. Curry, like I said, he just couldn't get the threes to fall, but he decided, you know what, fine, I'll just take my points, and Porzingis swats him backwards. Here on the other end, it's Bradley Beal going for the spin, finds Porzingis in the 3 to finish off his clip, but he missed. And then Bradley Beal just hits another midi. No, he actually missed the midi. Porzingis gets it, kicks it out to Advia, and he drills the corner 3 to have 7. 76-53, now 76-55. You got Bradley Beal finding Porzingis wide open for 3 again. 79-55, 24-point lead. I saw enough there. I simcast the rest of the game. We pick up the win, 132-112, a 20-point victory. Bradley Beal had 28, 5 assists. Porzingis 26, 7 rebounds. Gafford had a 16 and 13 game. Corey Kispert only played the time that I used him. He straight up just did not play another minute after I subbed him out. But he was going amazing. Curry ended the game with 31 and got 7 threes. Klay ended with 22, and the rest of the team just did not do good for them. But now as we go to simulate here, one thing I wanted to do was change the coaching game plan, because what I was seeing in the few games was that Corey Kispert definitely deserves some more minutes. So what I did was, I actually don't know what I did. I knocked down Josh Green to 14, brought up Kispert to 14, and then knocked down Will Barton to 18, and I I'm trying to see. We knocked Achimura down 223. We moved him actually to the bench, so Gafford's now in the starting lineup. Kisford was getting more minutes. He was at about 16 now. I guess I upped it to 19, and that's basically what we're doing. We don't have a center running off the bench right now, or unless I give it to, I gave it to Vernon Carey. So that's now our 11-man rotation, which is okay. You'll see us simulate and decline trade here, but the next game will be against New York at the Garden. Guys, thank you all for watching this episode, and until next time, talk to y'all later. I'm out. Peace.